Howdy folks, this is another game in the XOOL National Cup. I'm going to do a two-game set here. This game is between Andwen, who is roughly around 1200 and is in the blue, Lithuanians, and Lozherd, which I think is a play on the word lizard, who is around 1560 and is playing as the Indians for this map. We're going to be watching Andwen for both of these sets. I will speed through the very initial gameplay because, houses, sheep, not the most interesting thing in the world. These players are also both at a level that they have their initial build orders down, so there's probably not going to be anything super interesting happening. Okay. Lithuanians with that extra food, are able to queue up more villagers. Probably expecting to see a scout opening here. Kind of. The other sheep. Oh, there's the sheep. Okay. Found boar. Gold. This is not a great gold. The stone's kind of okay. Main gold is probably back, though. I guess it's not towards the front of the base, but yeah, this gold is kind of unfortunate. The other one's nice and back, though, and that stone is nice, and these berries are good. So this is actually a pretty good base setup. Got our first boar coming in. We've got 3 on wood, so this is going to be scouts. Going to mill. Start walling a little bit. I think there might be a hole there. Found all the sheep. Now here's an interesting thing. I'll slow down a minute for this. You can see already that is not a neutral gold. So you can tell already your opponent is very close to you. Now, I wouldn't notice this because I wouldn't be paying that much attention to it normally if I scout around. But if you do notice this, this can tell you your opponent's probably right about here. Might give you just a little bit more hints to go off of. Second boar's in. We've got a tiny bit of idle time and then going up. Going up with 17 vills, which is not super unusual for Lithuanians. A little bit of scout aggro right there. Should probably be going to a barracks. Now, this is a fun thing. You see that? You just saw a little glimpse of it here. It's a militia rush, and very clever one too. There's that really narrow band of fog of war that they just slipped right through, and the scout's not going to see him either because they've just gone back. Very, very clear because they can see these houses and walls because they have better line of sight, but they haven't been spotted yet. Got the barracks coming up. Sorry, that was really slow. You could see Andwen probably suspects that something's up because you're seeing small walls going up, which is smart. Smart. I would probably start prepping some here as well. But yeah, this scout, the fact that the enemy scout's hanging around and being all shady and stuff, this is generally an indicator that something's about to happen. Where are they? There. Oh, here they are. They're moving around here. Okay. Now you notice, here's the other thing. Andwen got to feudal age is not making villagers. So they're already behind 5 villagers, and that's continuing to grow because they're not making more. This is, yeah, this is really not great. And making a lot of scouts with that food, cool, but I would have made 1 less scout, made more vills. You're not going to need 4 or 5 scouts to deal with this. And the fact that this has happened, you know your opponent's already idled their economy, or not idled their economy, but used resources to get to this. Scout is more powerful, so they will win this fight. More scouts coming out. Now making villagers, but you can see now that's a long way to make up. And yeah, your opponent's going to feudal, but I don't think there's enough time there. You probably just want to get 1 more scout out, and you could deal with this easy. Or, they could just be attacking your gate and not paying any attention at all. Alright, at this point I would say you probably want to cancel 2 of these. Because, yeah, you want to do a scout rush, but your opponent's had a lot of time to wall here. And it's very likely that they are walled. If not completely, then very close to, which means that 4 is probably going to be enough. You want to be going towards Castle Age here, because that's what they're going to be doing. See some spears coming out, looking out. And again, I'm guessing Andwen hasn't noticed this, because you can see the scouts being sent out here, the scouts being sent out in all these directions, trying to figure out where the opponent is. Where is, they're right here. Right by that. And actually not fully walled, but really close to it. So see, these scouts might get in. But yeah, it's you don't know that. You have no information about your enemy, so I wouldn't make this the more scouts, because it's just extra food that you can't put towards villagers. And you see again, no villager production. This is really important, the villager production. Your opponent is now 4 ahead, has gone up to feudal a little later, so, you know, but you both went up to feudal, so there was that TC idle time. And you should have caught up to them, even though your feudal age was a little earlier, and that's a lot of that is just not checking that. Which is hard, especially when you're moving scouts all around here, trying to figure out where they are, which, you know, now you know. And you can see they're going for archers. I say in that case, you probably want to bring these scouts a little bit closer, see if you can get them when they pop out. But yeah, I mean, at this point, there's definitely not a way in. But you can see that it's not going to happen. And so the extra, you got 6 scouts on the field, and they're not really going to be able to do anything right now. That's 160 extra food that could go towards Castle Age, which would just put you so much closer ahead. This wall is kind of weird, especially if you're building houses. This would have made a little more sense, because right now you're walling out these resources, and there's really not a lot of other walling going on. I know this microing scouts around can be really difficult, but you're seeing archers. Archers are going to be here, and you're going to want walls up. You're going to want maybe to have some walls here, so this can be a semi-protected wood line. You're going to want some walls here, so this can be a protected wood line, because right now you don't really have a lot of protected resources against archers, except these farms. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know where these villagers are going. They're going on a grand journey of discovery. Oh, and here's the archers and the spears. With this many scouts, with armor coming in, you could kill those spears. That's it. I would just focus down those spears. These archers die really quickly to those scouts. You probably lose 1. I mean, you definitely lose 1 scout, maybe 2. But then you should still have enough to clear this, and that's still pretty good value. Going over, and oh, there's not enough wood. That hurts. All right, going in. No, focus the spears. Focus the spear. You're going to lose all your scouts right now. Oh, God. You're going to lose all the scouts. Oh, that was not good. Focusing those spears, those would have gone down in a couple seconds. Then the archers would have fallen, but now the enemy didn't lose a single unit, and there were 6 scouts down. That was... Ooh, that hurts. And there's not enough wood for another lumber camp. This is not a good situation. Oh, these women are building a tower. I like that tower. That's a good tower. I would... Not sure it's... I mean, if you can survive these archers, that's going to help a lot. There's more archers coming in. Starting to lose vills. Heavy on gold. I guess this is an attempt at rushing towards castle. Honestly, I would say if you're rushing towards castle at this point, there is a point where you probably should stop creating villagers, because you need to get there fast. Like, really fast. You have the gold now. Your other wood line is going to get raided. I wouldn't... This last one, I wouldn't create this, because you need that. That would put you at 700, and you get up that much quicker. Now 700, and yeah, you'd almost have enough right now. There is a point when you're rushing the ages that these two I definitely don't think are a good idea, because you were almost there. You were so close. And most of the time, this is also not going to work. Okay. And the game is called because, you know, Andwen is a pretty smart person that knows when they're behind. So I think the biggest issues I saw here, not creating villagers consistently. You can see your opponent's up to castle 2. Not creating villagers consistently. Your opponent was only 9 ahead, but that's not a small thing. The drush did slow you down a bit, and so you weren't able to get that scout rush out as quickly. It wasn't that bad. Not walling. This, you know, very cheap to have some walls here. Those archers would have been stuck here, so your scouts could take them out, and you wouldn't have lost this wood line necessarily. And then that one battle with the scouts against those spears, like I'm pretty sure very few of these units have died. And those scouts, if you just taken out the spears first, I mean, yeah, they're scary, but you had 6 scouts. Kill them. You still have 4 scouts probably. Those archers would have fallen, or there would have been, you know, maybe 1 left, and then you could have made another spear. But I think that was the thing that really swung the game, because once you lost your whole army and they still had theirs, it was kind of downhill from there. And then, like I was saying with Castle Age, you could see you were almost there. It would have been a little bit of idle time on these vills or on the TC. When all of this is happening, that's maybe not the biggest deal because you need to clear your base, and you can't clear your base with what you have. So getting up to Castle Age, getting knights out on the field, I think was the priority. And I would have, I mean, I know you're a little behind on vills, but I would have actually idled the TC a little bit just to get that up. Anyway, I'm going to move on to the second game now. All right, and here we have game 2, which is going to be Malay versus Vietnamese. Vietnamese, of course, known as the anti-archer archer civ, and Malay, especially now, have quite a bonus with elephants. They have their cheaper or food-only two-handed swords, and they advance quite quickly. So we'll speed through this again. And the early game is not super interesting. This is on Frozen Lake, Ghost Lake. So plenty of sheeps to be found. Got our this isn't the best place for gold. This gold is nice. Haven't really found anything else. This is this is a little soon to be going out here, I think. I would have made a loop around here because you're still missing your berries, you're missing your boar. Yeah, this seems a little aggressive scouting, especially as we see archers. You're at the point where you might want to start taking a boar, and you don't know where it is. But you got some sheep, so that's not the worst thing. I'm not sure if I agree with the archer opening, because oh, there's your boar. Because, you know, as you know, Vietnamese, they get Imperial Skirmishers, they get Rattans, which are really good against archers. They are very... Oh, saved her. They are really good at killing archers. And so it doesn't seem like the best idea to open archers against them, but we'll see. We'll see. Maybe it works out okay. First boar is in. Some more sheep. You can see your opponent's already found you, and knowing you should be expecting the drush this time, because they drushed last time. They know where you are early. You saw the scout go through. There's no reason to think that they wouldn't drush you again. I'm honestly at this point I would be building small walls already, just because. But we're going to wood. This forward gold is really. What was that? Oh, that was, yep, the scout. Scout being a butt. Yep, and there's the drush. See, you could have had this small walled at this point. And this is, yeah. You shouldn't have to panic small wall because you should have, I feel like you should have anticipated this happening. But, yeah, these are good. I like this. Going up. All right, lot on wood there. It's a lot on wood in general. I guess that makes sense. I don't know why delete the walls here. These militia are still here, looking for a chance to go in somewhere. Got that faster uptime. Good, putting the villagers in. And house, that's kind of unfortunate. Got the archery ranges coming out. Now, this in full view of the scout. The Dresh is still here. Yeah, this just seems really... Like, now these villagers got to run away. These probably could have been put somewhere a little safer. And there's not even small walls here. Like, did you forget about the Dresh? I like this gate here. And also sending these archers forward here, even though there's still militia in your base, is kind of odd. Not sure I get that. But, you know, catching up in vills, except now you're not producing any. And that's because there's no food. That's a little unfortunate. Okay, they're starting to go down. Got to get that food up. And there we go. There's the villagers. Right. Archers going forward, and oops. And your opponent's going to castle. So that was a Dresh fast castle. That's a really clean build. I honestly, knowing it's been that long, I don't think I would send any more archers forward. You can get a little damage. You can see it here, but I think it's kind of too late. I would just be rushing Castle Age at this point. You know, take all of these farms. You need farms. You need to get them up because you're not going to need food for anything except vills, of course. So you can be a little light on food, but the fact that drush delayed your archer rush like this, you should know this is happening. I mean, you know, maybe not, but in a second, yeah. At this point, I would pull all the archers back. Yeah, because you know that they're going to be coming out with more powerful stuff. Yeah, just like this. Don't send any more forward, and just be focusing on going up. Get those walls up, because yeah, there's the walling. There's a distinct lack of walling here that doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Even palisades, just, you know, get them up, get them up. Your enemy can walk right through your base right now. You have the wood, and I guess maybe you're focusing on archer macro, but that's why they're in Castle Age. You should be bringing them home, because at this point, given how long it's been, they could have crossbow out, they could have elite skirmisher out, they can have Castle Age units, and these will not survive to that. Well, I guess you can tell that they don't have elite skirm out, but yeah, and bills again. A lot of farms coming out. I like to see that. That is really good. But yeah, you need to really be getting these farms up, and I guess yeah, 5 is probably good to leave on wood. Getting the buildings for it. Okay, so it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. But these archers are still forward. I would not go in here. You've got 11 archers, 3 skirmishers, and a relic, and there's ratans and skirmishers, and you don't win this. Oh, you don't win this, especially not without armor. Yeah, bring them back. Bring these back. More still coming out. Honestly, at this point, it might be a good idea to get a couple battle elephants out. Oh wait, you're not in Castle Age. It might be a good idea to get a couple scouts out to deal with this. I mean, you're spending food on skirmishers, but you can see the skirmishers. These are like skirmishers, just better. And yeah, this is all going down. You're still sending archers here. Good villager count, though. You can see your opponent's not that far ahead. And seems to be going on 1 TC. Getting upgrades. Yeah. This is rough. The stone is smart, though, because you're going to need that castle. But again, where are your walls? Like, your enemy could just show up right here and you wouldn't even know. You need to get those walls up. These are probably all going to die, too. Good. Villagers. There we go. Good. Perfect. I honestly, before making more skirmishers and sending them here, I would upgrade to elite. Elite will have a better chance against these. You can see they're just, yeah, they're just getting destroyed. 4 or 5 elite skirms, like you need to mass them, and the problem is he's in your base, which what would stop that is walls. Had some walls here, even stone walls, you know. Like, that might not have been, especially because you went to stone, building some stone walls here and here might not have been the worst idea. Because, yeah, it's only 5 Rattan archers, but you don't really have anything that can kill this. And they're just free to waltz through your base, take out your wood line, hit this wood line, hit your stone, hit your gold, do whatever they really please. Oh, this isn't great. This isn't great. Okay, you're massing the skirms though. This is good. Get them massed up. Get another damage on them. But yeah, and keep creating bills. Keep creating bills. Your opponent's up 15 on you now, and you know this is stressful. But you just quick bills. Castle, panic castle. Oh yep, definitely panic castle. I think this will go up. You are going to lose some bills for this, but it will go up. This is still salvageable, but you got to get something that can counter these. Honestly, I would start going into two-handed swords, or not two-handed swords, long swordsmen at this point. Because you can see they don't have a lot of pierce armor. I believe they have an attack bonus against cavalry, but not against infantry. And yeah, they can run away, but then they're not shooting your villagers. Which right now, and you can see that stable there. Again, there could be some walls here, some walls here. And yeah, they're archers, but you see the stable, more stuff is going to show up. Bad stuff. And skirmishers are doing some work. There's still no elite, which would be really helpful here. But, you know, getting villagers, and you can see your opponent's only on 1 TC, which is good. I don't understand this really. See, that's infantry. Infantry would be able to do that and just keep chasing. Infantry. Melee infantry. I don't know why no one builds infantry. Infantry are so awesome. Like, two swordsmen would be able to deal with this so nicely. Okay, you got karambits. Karambits will also deal with this. They're a little weaker, but they're very fast. Oh, the disrespect of making elephants against melee and a castle drop. Holy shit! And when you've got to the point of fighting fighting battle elephants with villagers, then yeah, more archers. Oh yeah, the karambits. I mean, they do good damage. It's just they're so weak, and especially you gotta mass them. They can't. Yep, and that's the game. So definitely this game, much better handling the Drush, like much better. I you know, it did slow you down a little bit, and there were kind of some questionable decisions there, but it was definitely better than the first time. I think you definitely should have preserved your units a little bit better. That fight, as you were going to Castle Age, was pretty brutal against the Rattans. You lost all your archers, all your skirmishers. Even if you got those as a crossbow, they would have been a little bit better against this. But I think the big problem was just opening archers in the first place against Vietnamese. I I would have gone for. I mean, I know Malay don't get very good cavalry, so I would have honestly gone for like sword skirm because swords, pikes take care of the elephants if they make elephants, which I don't. Yeah, I think that's just a flex. But swords are pretty decent against Bretons, I think, because they're kind of weak. I mean, yeah, the Bretons can still shoot at them, but it's not like they're cavalry archers. They're gonna hit, and then the skirms, will deal with that. Even if you went like pike skirm, maybe, but then that doesn't have a gold unit. So yeah, I think the biggest issue here was the unit matchup because these Ratans just destroyed everything, and that's that's really it. Otherwise, yeah, the initial build was good. I mean, there were other mistakes, but I think that was the big one was just the unit composition. So anyway, um, as always, hope this was informative. Hope this was enjoyable, and I'll see you all next time.